Hello guys, my name is Edison. Welcome to another STM32 tutorial, and today I'll be showing you how you can get the alphabets and also numerics from the 4x4 keypad. So this is the 4x4 keypad, and we shall be using this keypad today to get the alphabets, that is from letter A to letter Z, and also we shall be able to get the numerics from 0 to 9, and also we shall be able to get also the other characters separately. You can see that from button 1 we have 1, then ABC, then 2 we have 2, D, E, F. So how the label works is that when you press this button once, you get the first character, which is A. When you press it 2 times, you get B. When you press it 3 times, you get C. And when you press it 4 times, you get 1. And also, for example, in 9, when you press this key, if you press it once, you get Y. When you press it twice, you get Z. And when you press it 3 times, you get 9. And also for the 0, we have, if you press it once, you get 0. If you press it again, you get the space character. So from here you can say that the keypad has 8 pins arranged in columns and rows. So if you're not familiar with the keypad, you can check my YouTube tutorial on keypad and how to connect it and how to configure the pins. And also I'll be using the LCD 16:2 to make sure that you visualize the character that we put in. So again, if you're not familiar with how to connect the LCD 16:2, or you can also check on my YouTube tutorial on LCD 16:2. And I'll take you through how you can configure the pins for the keypad and also the LCD. But how to use the library, you can also I'll also take you in a few things, but you can check on the last YouTube tutorials. So we'll be using a timer 7, that's a base timer, to keep the time, and to also help monitor the timeouts. When you press each button, you find that you have a certain period of time so that you can be able to get each of the characters. Then when the timeout is over, you find that you cannot be able to change that character. So in KEYPAD4X4 you create a new project and select the board that you're using. I'm using 446RE nuclear board. Then you select the board and start project. Then you can initialize the default mode. So the first thing I want us to do here is clear the pinouts so that we can configure afresh. Then I'll be using the LED on the board, so it is connected to pin P5. So I'm going to use this as a LED, and then from there we configure the pins for the LCD. So I'll be using PC0 to PC3 as the data pins for the LCD. So this is GPIO out, and I'm going to give it a name D7, and then the next one I'm going to give it a name D6. Then this one I'm going to use D5. Then this one as this is D4, then this is D5. Then from there, PA1 will be connected to the RS pin of the LCD. Then we have pin PA4 will be connected to enable pin of the LCD. So then from there we shall configure the pins for the keypad, and from the previous tutorial you notice the keypad has rows and columns. So the rows are connected as inputs, and the columns are column pins are configured as outputs. So we are going to start with the row which are connected in as inputs. So from row 0 to row 3, so we have PB6 is connected as input, and we are going to give this as KR0, and then we have the next one KR1, which is connected to pin PC7, so as input. So this is KR1. So KR2 P9, so this is input. So this is KR2 and KR3 input, and this is KR3. And then from there we configure the pins for the columns, and the first one is PB10 as output. This is KC0. Then we have KC1, PB4 output. This is KC1. Then KC2 output. This is PB5. Going to give it a name KC2. Then lastly is KC3, which is connected to pin PB3. So this is KC3. So those are pins for the keypad. So then lastly we go to system core, then under GPIO to finish up configuring the pins. Can select these, and all input pins, you make sure that the keypad row pins are in input mode, and the output are in output mode. So then you go to the first pin, then for the KR, that is the row, then you configure all these pins to pull down as you enable the pull down resistors. So that and this, then you can also enable the pull down resistor which is connected to pin PA5 for the LED. Then from there we go to timer, so we'll be using timer 7, and you can activate that. And then from there we shall have a prescaler of 10,000, so that is 999. Then the auto reload register we shall also put 9999. So if you do your maths correctly, you find that the update time event will be equals to clock speed, that is 84 megahertz divided by 10,000 times 10,000. So you find that you calculate the time. So from there we go to system view, then under NVIC settings you have to enable the timer 7 global interrupt, and there we are. So you go to project manager, give you a project name. I'm going to call this keypad 4x4 alpha numeric. So I'll be using MDK arm, that is Kelly Vision. Then from there you generate code. After code is generated successfully, you open project. So after opening your project, the first thing we are going to do is add the library files to our project folder. So these are the library files for the keypad, and these are for the LCD. So I'm going to copy these library files, then go to the project directory. It is in documents, CubeMX, and project is alphabet is keypad 4x4 alphanumeric, then core, then you can paste them here. Then the C, you drag them to the source folder, and the .h, you drag them to the encode folder. Then from there you go back to Kelly Vision, then add existing, you right click, then add existing files to the group. Then you go to project folder, then source, you add the keypad alphanumeric.c, then the lcd .c, then you close project. Then from there you open the main and include the two header files, that is for the keypad and for the LCD. So include keypad alpha num.h, then hash include STM my LCD 16:2 .h. From there you build your project. So the project is built successfully without errors. So from here you're going to pip in the library files for the keypad, and you can see in here we have variables. Then we have this extern type def for the timer 7. Then from there, if you're using another timer, you have to change this. Then from there, maybe to look at only one for the one key. So you find that you have to pull one column high, then take the other low. Then from there you have to scan the rows to see which pin has been pressed. So you find that we have the tick 0 to monitor the first the key which is pressed. So if you press it once, you find A. If you press it twice, you get B. If you press it again, you get C. Then if you press it you get 1. So there is only one function here, character type function. So this returns a character after timeout has reached. So this is why you find that you have the return key. Then for the alpha num.h, you only find this one function. Then from there I'm going to declare a next character as extern. So that is under private variables. I'll have this external character key, because this is defined in the alphanum, the keypad alphanum.c library. So from there, I'm going to initialize the LCD in 4-bit mode. So these I'll get somewhere in KEYPAD4X4. So there is a format that I usually use, so I just copy this. So this initialization, then I'll have this in my main, and I use a code begin2. Then maybe we can print something like LCD. In the first line you can print hello there. Then from there we can delay this for some seconds. Can have delay this for 2 seconds maybe. Then from there you go to the while loop. So the first thing you want to do is you can have a for loop, or maybe you can just have an integer n. So int n, so int n, and then initialize that to 0. So then from there so sorry, this takes no parameters, so that is the first line. Then in the first line you have to print lcd.print hello there. So this just tells you that what comes next will be printed in the first line. So after that, since we have an integer n, we are going to have the key that we have declared is equals to now the function, the get alph function. So this function is in the alpha.h. So this is the function. So you'll get the character, and then it is stored in key. Or even maybe we can have we can declare another variable like character hold. So this we hold on one character, and then from there we have to say that hold is equals to key. So if you get a character, then have it in key. So we shall store these in hold position 0. So then from there that character will be stored in hold 0. So from there we are going to print LCD. This one we are going to print in the second line. So what comes here will be printed in the LCD on the second line. So we have LCD print, then hold. We are going to use hold. So from there we're going to build project again to see whether we have any errors. So we have 0 errors and 0 warnings. So I'm going to download a code to the flash of the board. So if we want a name, we have to make a few changes, and the changes we are supposed to make is increase the number of characters that the hold can take. Then from there I'll have a for loop. Then I want to have a 16 letter word. So for n is equals to 0, n is less than 16, n plus plus. Then I'll have that, then change this to n. For the first iteration, when n is equals to 0, the first character will be stored in hold 0, then the second will be stored in hold 1 until 15. So let's build the code. Then this line, this command tells that what will come next will be printed on the second line of the LCD. So 0 error. So let's flash the code, and then I'll manually reset, and then I'll enter my name, Edison. So press this twice to get E, then press once to get D, then press 3 times to get I, then this to get S, then 3 times to get O, then I'll have N, so I press that twice. Then from there I can add a space, so I'll press this twice to get space, and also finish the other name. My second name is Gunjiri, so I'll have N or G, then I'll have U, so 3 times, then I have N, then I'll have J, then I'll have I, so sorry for that, I'll have I, so I have not written a code to delete that, so I'll have I, then I have R, then in the last position it will not be shown on the screen. So again I can have A, B, then C, then D, this D, then I have E, then F, G, H, then I, then I can also have Y, this Y, then Z, then I can have space, and also write something else like hash, then star. To get numerics, so press 4 times for the keys from 1 to 7. So to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then 9 3 times, then 0 1 time. So thank you guys for following up with me. Don't forget to share, like, even subscribe, and also if you have any question, leave it in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Thank you.